Greetings, dear hearts. How are you? It's Miss D welcoming you back into the D spot. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been here and checked in with you all. Today I'm in the craft room crafting away, and I started making a project that I thought I'd share with you. It's not really a how to video, but a sharing of a project that I'm working on. My mother is coming to town. I got about 2.5 weeks, and Mom will be here, and I'm getting the house spruced up a little bit before her visit. And one of the things I wanted to do was downstairs in the living room was to create two side mirrors for this big mirror that I have in the living room. And I actually was recycling products, and I took some paper toilet paper rolls, paper towel rolls, and other pieces of cardboard, and some broken mirror, and I've come up with a gem of a project. Let me just show you what that looks like. I'm gonna spin you a little bit. Forgive any messes that you see, but I'm in here crafting away. Can you see that? So I'm actually going to make two of those beauties, side mirrors, to go along with the mirror that I have in the living room. I do have another mosaic broken glass piece that I made down there, and this will be a perfect complement to it. If you're interested in watching me create the second one, stay tuned. All right, I'm going to get prepared. Okay, dear hearts, I'm glad you decided to hang out with me. Like I said, this isn't a how-to. It's me showing you the craft that I made. I am in the process of making. I've already taken... Excuse me 1 minute. Sorry about that. As you know, I have Stacy, my daughter with Down syndrome, and she does not know to not come in and make noise when I'm making a video. So we got Stacy taken care of, and I'm gonna start again. Like I was saying, I've already taken the broken mirror, broken glass, and I've glued it onto a piece of just simple cardboard, and I made it into the shape that I kind of like, and I painted the background of the cardboard white. This project I tried a couple weeks ago, and I just was leaving the cardboard the color it was, and I put some of these flowers on it, and it was just too dark, and I didn't like it. So I was at the project again, and I came up with the design that you just saw. So I'm just repurposing what I already had. So that's just simply some broken mirror I had. I had some dollar store mirror, and I broke it up. Some cardboard. You know, I love cardboard, so I always have cardboard around. The flowers are made of toilet paper rolls, hand towel rolls. I have some I painted white, as I'm going to do another project a little bit later, and I want them white. But these I spray painted for that first try at the project gold, and I'm going to leave them gold. I'll show you how to make these as we go on. You'll need a glue stick and a glue gun, some white paint for painting the paper towel rolls, bling, of course. I use two kinds of bling. I use some packaging tape and masking tape to go along with the gluing of the mirror together. Scissors, paintbrush, always needed. Have a piece of elastic, a small piece of elastic that I attach to the back so that it can hang. And then I have some side pieces of cardboard that I attach here, and I'll show you that process as we go. And that's simply all the tools that we need to make this project. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I will show you how to make the flowers basically, I'm going to use this white one, although we're using the gold ones for this project. You just take a paper towel roll. This one I've painted inside and out. You flatten it. Got something here on the desk. To give all the paint on it. As you know, I've been into acrylic painting and got paint everywhere. That's something that I'll be doing before Mom gets here, is repainting the desk and cleaning it up. And then you just want to cut the paper towel roll after you split it into pieces that are about the same. It doesn't have to be exact or perfect, but about the same. I won't be real detailed in this. If you want to see a detailed making of this project, just leave me a comment below and I'll do a more intense detailed making of the project. So you cut the paper towels or the paper towel rolls, then you just kind of want to bend them into ovals. Sometimes that end piece in the inside will flip up, and I just glue that back down. I take the hot glue gun and just run a little bead in there and make it flat. So you just bend your flowers, your petals, until they're round or oval. And then you just simply, I kind of like the oval shape to start. You glue those two corners together. I just take a little bit of glue and attach to. I hold it a second and I kind of keep my finger in, add a little bit more glue. And go ahead and attach the other pieces. And repeat that process all the way around. Then I just pinch them together until the glue cools down and they stick together. You should end up with something that looks like this. And again, anytime I see any of the roll that was coming apart, I glue that down. And then I just embellish it. I bend the shape the way I want it. I actually like these white ones. That might have would have been pretty with this project. But I can imagine I'll be doing this more than once, making mirrors and other projects with the paper towel rolls. It's a great way to recycle. And I love cardboard, and to recycle the products that we use around the house is just a double bonus for me. So I took the little flower gem and I put a little glue on that and just simply place it in the middle. Give it a little press. And we have our flower side piece. And you'll see that again as the project goes on. We're just going to clear this a little bit because the next thing we want to do is attach the side panels and paint it. So I take the mirror that I've already simply taken the broken mirror, glued it on, and painted the background white. Or you can paint whatever accent colors you're using in the room that you're doing. I'm going to check and make sure all the glass is down tight. Which it seems to be, except for that one right there. Add a little glue. I'll clean the glass when I'm all done. Gets lots of smudges as you're going. And then I take and add the side pieces on. Which are the extra pieces of cardboard. This just came from a box that I had around, and of course it's cardboard, so I saved it. I lined that up because I want the two sides to be even. And then I just hot glue that on. We're gonna really make sure that it's attached. We're gonna hot glue it on, and then we're going to masking tape and package tape the back, making sure that it doesn't come apart. I'm generous with this glue in this process. So I really want it to stay attached. And I'm just using the measurements on my mat here to make sure I put them in the same spot on each side. Give a little pressure while the glue's cooling. And I'm just gonna turn it, trying to keep it attached still, because that glue is still hot, so it's not totally adhered yet. And I do the same thing to the other side. A lot of stuff on this craft as I've been painting a lot, so lots of paint. Hot. And I want to make sure it's in the same spot on both sides. So kind of oh, my ruler's down in there good. Line up the ruler so I make sure they're the same spot. And do the same thing, just glue that on. And I look for the side that I think is the best for gluing. Real generous with this glue. and add some pressure. It's really a simple project. Give that a second. I try not to add too much glue to the front so it doesn't seep through, but you will see some that come up, and I just take a stick or something and run that smooth. Okay. The next thing I do is flip it over, being careful because I know that one side is probably still weak as the glue gets cool. And I keep the pressure. Then I just run some more glue along the back. Really want to make sure it's adhered. Forgive the noise you hear outside. It's summertime here in Seattle, Washington, and we have sunshine and people are outside with the kids. And so lots of noise, but it's a good thing to get sun in Seattle, Washington. Then the next thing I do is take the masking tape and tape along the seams. It sounds like a dog is out there. We have African neighbors from Africa, and they don't do dogs. And I heard a dog barking, and then I heard kids screaming. Okay, right along the seams, keeping them pressed together. Then I also take and run some across, making sure that this stays attached. And then while I have it on the back, I take my elastic. I decide which end I want to be the top. And on this one, I actually think I want the top to be here, up here. And I attach the elastic. I'm just going to check the other one real quick to make sure that I put them in the same space. Again, this is the finished product. And I just want to make sure I have these in the same area. And I do. So for the mounting, I use a puddle of glue, big puddle, oops, it's not the right spot for that. Oh, I'm sorry, that's off camera. I'm simply gluing the little elastic onto the mirror. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. And I'm putting a lot of glue. A lot on the bottom, a lot on the top. And what I do is glue in several spaces so the elastic will give too much when it's hanging. So I kind of glue several spaces and just leave a little spot in the middle for hanging. And that assures me if one part gives out, that the mirror still will have something to catch it. Okay, let that cool. While that's cooling, I take the packing tape, which is some really sticky, good tape, and run that on the sides too for security, strength. Right where they join together, I want to put it. This tape makes security so that it doesn't come apart. Later as it's hanging. The glue and the two kinds of tape assures me that this baby will stay mounted. Okay. I'm going to put a little of the tape on the glued elastic, just for security on that too. Just for security, I'm going to add little cardboard in the glue pile. It'll make for security of it all staying attached. Lots of security measures to make sure this thing stays up. And that's just me. You don't have to do this much, but I err on the side of caution. Okay. Here we go. And I feel reasonably sure that this will stay put. What I'm pulling is the middle where we'll hook it on with either a nail or hook or something. All right. On nice and secure. So next, you see I have a pile of, this is my palette down here. And what I'm going to do is just pour a little white paint onto the palette. And I'm going to paint these sides white. Try to be careful of my mirror. Give this first coat a quickie. I end up putting bling on the sides so you don't have to worry about painting the sides too much or anything like that. We're gonna bling those out. Maybe I should put something over that mirror that might be messing with you. There. That's better. I'm going to do the other side and I'll come right back. Okay, dear hearts, we're back. I've painted the sides and they're dry. I'm just going to run the dryer over them real fast, one more second, just to make sure. Feels good and dry. And we're gonna just go ahead and attach our flowers. I'm gonna just reuse the flowers that I did for the fail project, for the project that I did that didn't do well. And so what I'm gonna do is glue the sides, the four sides together. Things falling. I have got to organize the craft room. Lots of supplies. I've been painting a lot and haven't done many DIYs. And so paint has taken over the craft room. But it feels good to be back doing a craft. This project feels good. We're going to be doing several as I get ready for the visit of my mother. And I will show you that room. I'm actually making a couple projects for that room. And when it's all put together, I'll do a little tour of it. And you'll see all the projects. So I just simply glued the sides down and going to figure where I want to place them. And again, I want the placement to be even on both sides. So put that ruler there again. And I'm thinking about 3 on a side. Here's one I have to add a gem to. And I'm just bending and gluing the sides together, trying to make a little round shape. Gluing all the sides together. Little glue fairies floating. And I need to add a gem to that one. get them all glued together and then figure out the placement. I'm sorry, I might have been off camera for some of that. Last one. I'm just pulling off the glue fairies as we go. Okay. And then we just want to glue them down. Just put some glue right in the middle. a little pressure. It's quite dangerous to put that cup of water on there. I gotta be careful. That is something Miss D would do. And then we want to glue the tops together. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Just tacking them down. Okay. Looking pretty decent. And what we want to do is do some embellishing. I'm going to start with the sides. I'm going to try to not blind you. So what I want to do is take some bling wrap and go around the sides. These aren't my good scissors. There we go. So I'm going to cut 2 strips of 2 for the side. Oh, I could have actually gone longer and wrapped around the ends. But we'll do that separate, I guess. You get to embellish this any way you like. I just need a little shiny. My living room has mostly chocolate colors, and so it's chocolate and white. And so a little of the bling will shine it up. Down there. Can you see? I'm just attaching the bling wrap to the sides. It'll create shine and hide the edges. That's going to take me a few minutes. I'll just pause and come back after I've done all the sides. But basically all I'm doing is taking the bling wrap, adding some glue, and going around the edges. Like I say, if you need a more detailed how to, leave me some comments asking for more detail in the comment section, and I'll do that. But for now, I'll be right back. Just pause you a minute. Okay, I have the trim all the way around all the sides, and all that's left is to embellish the bottoms and the top the way that I would like to see them. And I had a design on the others, and I'm gonna keep with the same design. So that's patches, and flowers. Need one more bigger one. There we go. And flowers. I'm just embellishing now. It's pretty much done. And it can be individual taste how you embellish. You use the colors of your room. If you don't like the bling, you can use something more earthy. You could do stones. You could do a whole lot of things. I do like the shine, and like I said, the room that I'm putting this in is kind of dark and could use something to lighten it up. Just trying to use the extra pieces that are floating around. Trim the wire pieces, the yarn that comes on the end of the bling wrap, which I don't care for much. But I don't care for the self-sticking ones. They feel a little cheap to me. So I guess I'll deal. Okay, just adhere that. Try to keep everything even in where it goes. Can you see that? Just adding a little bling. top. I think there's 2 up top. It's cutting the little ends off. But I had a glue stick out. That glare, I'm wondering if you're seeing this as well as I hope. Let's see if I can adjust you. A little bit. Not as much detail as I wanted to show you, but we're just about done and you'll see the finished product. I'm actually pleased with this. It came out nice. Compared to that first one I did that I called the fail. And able to reuse the materials makes me feel good. Just about done now. Removing these little strings help make your projects look more professionally made than just plain DIY. Although I like the handmade look on most things, but you do want to look like you know what you're doing on them. Alrighty. Now we just want to place a few of the stones in the center where the cracks are to get shine when it's in its place downstairs. Just finding spots that they fit in, but not too cluttered close together. A random pattern. Adds a little dimension and shine. And I doubt that I can get another one to fit anywhere else. And that should about do it. Let's see if I can take some of the glare off. There we have the completed mirror. You're not able to get the shine. Probably not until we hang it downstairs where it belongs. There we go. That's pretty decent. Hope you enjoyed making these two hangings for the wall. I will post pictures of the room or do a tour of the room later as I'm making projects to change the room. For now, this is Miss D saying, have a great week, stay positive, and keep smiling. Bye. Push it towards me a minute. Don't move. Whoa, that's everything. Hey, tiny eyes. That's pretty. Look, Mom. We met there. What did I tell you about that look, Mom stuff and I'm doing something? Get me hurt. I can get burned or something. Can't be about you and do this. Okay, you can push it back over there on the bed. Okay. Whew. Nice sunny eye. Whew. Do that right?
Huh?
Yeah, I did. Keep on running. Shit. was fast. About all in, but it's done. I like it.
Need you kissing close. Okay.
Maybe I need to smoke first. Oh, oh, baby, keep running. Oops, was just saying bye, bye.